I'm going to show you now is like a really quick and easy way to create a AO and wireframe render using Arnold, but bit of a hack, but it's a really quick result. So what you need is Arnold installed, and when you have Arnold installed, doesn't matter which menu you're in, but you'll have the Arnold menu item down the bottom here. If you've installed it but it's not activated, it means the plugin is not set up. So to make sure it's set up, we can go to Windows, Settings and Preferences, Plugin Manager. And then that will bring up the Plugin Manager window, and we can scroll down to, and it's called mtoa.mel, M-double-L. And just, you're going to make sure that's loaded, like so. And so now what we can do is open up the Arnold render view. So I'll open that up. And if we try and render with the IPR, it will start rendering the scene. It's telling me it's rendering. And yeah, it's going to take a little bit to render because it's quite a big image. So it's not as fast. But the problem is with my scene is it's all black basically. And that's because the light, the default light, isn't strong enough. It doesn't come up in our scene. So let's just abort that render. So by pressing escape or holding down escape. There we go. And yeah, I can tell that it's rendered because I can turn on the alpha channel and see it that it's rendered there. However, we don't need the lights in our scene because what we can do is we can just use Arnold's debugging shader options. And there's some different options here. There's like a basic render, but the ones we're interested in is the occlusion one. So if I turn on occlusion, it'll now render the scene with ambient occlusion. And so the benefit of using this is you get a much smoother AO render, a lot softer. And we can just let this go. These are the default settings, I believe. And so just zoom out. And you get a really nice AO render. All right, so once that's rendered, it will tell us down the bottom here how long it took. So it took 1.5 minutes to render. And yeah, but we don't have the wireframe. So what we have to do in this case is save this image out. Again, we want to make sure that we save the images with the color management. So if I turn, so you can see it's 8-bit formats only, use display settings, and that's good because the display setting is set to view in sRGB gamma. If we had this on RAW, it would look like that. So we'll just use it on sRGB gamma. And when we go save, we just have to save it in an 8-bit file format. So an 8-bit file format would be a JPEG. So here's one I did earlier. And what's really cool about this Arnold as well is you just have to write the extension and it'll save it in that file format, which is pretty nice. So That's saved now. And so now we need the wireframe. And to do the wireframe, we can just activate the wireframe render in here as well. So this is not going to take as long to render. It's still rendering. And you get, really clean, crisp wireframe. And so, yeah, now we have to open both these files up in Photoshop and combine them together, like comp them together. Here's the wireframe. And what we're going to do is save that as well. So save image and Arnold wireframe, JPEG 2. And so to combine these two images together in Photoshop, what we need to do is just open up the image. And they're all saved out into the images folder. And we'll open up the AO first. And you could place the wireframe on top, but I prefer to just open it up as well. Like so. And then, I press Control A to select all, Control C to copy, and then go back to the other layer, the AO, and paste that on top. And all you have to do is change the operation, or the blend mode, I should say, for the layers, and we'll change that to multiply. And so then you get like the wireframe on top of the AO, which looks really nice. So you can save that out as a JPEG